Energized, excited. Just looking forward to a time at the opposition that we can probably bring a difference. I have been listening to people since I have been elected as the MP and subsequently when the General Council officially approved me as leader of the opposition. And you're listening and people are asking for a different tone. People are asking about whether you're prepared to work with the government. And I mean, I have said that in my speech. I mean, once the legislation is progressive and in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, definitely I will be working with them.
What so are you suggesting? After rebuild the party?
Well, I think one of the most important things is looking at a post-mortem. I mean, when you have more than 100,000 people that we would have originally obtained years ago, 2020. If you look at the data going back to 2015, I mean, this is clearly one of the lowest amounts of turnout that we have had. So the question is, as I said in my speech, I think we need to listen more. I mean, I am a member of parliament. I heard it on the ground, some of the councils. The constituents of Arima did not hesitate to tell me what the concerns were. So that I think we have to do a postmortem. I think that I am looking very closely to going to visit all the constituencies to get an idea because it's not just, I mean, people think of marginal seats. When you do the assessment, it's always say what is marginal, what is opposition, what is government. But the truth is, at the end of the day, it is every citizen that you have to think about. I mean, that might sound, that it's too much, but the truth, in fact, that is exactly what it is. Depending on the constituencies you are in, there are different issues. Some constituencies, the issue of water still exists, some not many in terms of electricity, but we do have traffic. Crime is always a big issue. I've had concerns in my own constituency. I've seen some improvements in the Blanchard's area. So it's what they did differently. That we had in a year something like about 16 murders, and then over the last 19, 20 months we haven't had any. So I think that's a good example as to how what happened in that constituency, what changes. I mean, I'm aware of some of the changes. But there are a lot of things we have to do differently. If I take, I mean, I'm around a lot. I'm in my constituency, um, take a walk occasionally on the city of Port Spain. And people are always willing to engage you as a politician. Just yesterday, I was on Charlotte Street, you know. And they didn't hesitate to tell me what their concerns were and give suggestions as to what I could do differently and what they expect. So the truth is that if the population is still willing to engage you as a politician, and I mean, and stop you and say, listen, Mr. Cruz, we don't want you to just go there and obstruct, you have to be hoping you're going to listen, and if you have to work with the government, work with the government. So I have gotten it live and direct.
Do you plan to give the government a honeymoon period?
Well, there's no such thing as a honeymoon period. I mean, the truth is that, I mean, as soon as Parliament starts and there's a legislative agenda, I have been told, for example, there would be a midterm review. So that if there's a midterm review, if you look at what is happening with the price of oil, I mean, coming down now into the 50s, and we know that in terms of what the budget was, it's 70 plus. So we know that there's going to be a shortfall. We also understand that there are a number of promises, but the truth is it's all about management of the economy. I would say that over the last 10 years, I mean, we have done very well. I mean, you have seen the decline of oil from 2014, but the truth is when you look at the data from all the international organized financial organizations, whether it's the IMF or the World Bank, or you look at the recent central bank report, there was economic growth in 2024, and there was a lot of positives. But the truth is, once you have that decline in oil, we will expect that there will be some challenges, and we wait to see how the government is going to fulfill all these promises that they have made. So no, we will be taking our job very seriously, and this year our honeymoon doesn't arise.
And deciding to be non-combative in setting a new tone.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to have to walk a very fine line between what people expect of an opposition, what they have expected traditionally, and the new um, tone that you plan to bring, that you plan to shape the opposition from what it seems
Well,
into a different.
let me say that it wasn't that in previous years. I mean, whether it be under Dr. Rowley
Right.
or whether it be
Or,
under Mr. Manning,
or
that the opportunities were not there and that we didn't take a responsible approach. I recall that Dr. Rowley, when he became leader of the opposition, that he actually voted for the budget of the government. So it's not that we have not been responsible.